What's up, YouTube? Watch Dan here. It's been a minute since I posted a video, but I'm back. I've got a few new watches that I'm going to review. And I'm going to start today by showing you the Borman. This is a watch that can be purchased on AliExpress. I actually got mine on Amazon because the last time I bought a watch on AliExpress, I did not get what I had bargained for. So I took a little safer route, I think. Maybe that's crazy, but that's what I did. This watch just arrived today. It's a 41.5 millimeter case diameter, 22 millimeter lugs, and 11 millimeters thick. And I have to say, this is a pretty cool watch. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the quality that I received here. Starting out, it's kind of a fume blue dial. If I can get my camera to, there we go. A little bit of a fume blue. It's actually a little darker on the outside than it kind of appears in this video. But it's got all kinds of cool things going on with it. The way the light reflects off the center, it's almost like a grained sunburst effect. But there's just all kinds of colors that come out in this watch, and I really like that dial. I think it's cool on a watch that costs, 10 times as much as this one does. But the fact that they're able to give you that, for, honestly, I paid $179 for this watch, so that would be a lot for most people to buy a watch, given you can get a Timex for 20 bucks. But, in the world of automatic watches, 179 bucks is chump change. So, very cool dial. You can see it's obviously got a pretty neat Moonphase feature there. We'll just take a little closer look here. This is a Chinese-made watch pretending to be a German watch. You can see how it says Genauigkeit Instrumente on there. I don't know what that means, but it's definitely German. Moving on to the side, we have a nice media blasted indentation around the case flank, with a high polish on the top bottom that wraps around all the way to the bottom of each lug, and a little relief right here as well, that just to add a little flavor to it. The polishing on the watch is very good. I wouldn't say it's excellent, but it's borderline great. It is a bit of a smudge magnet, so it might not look as good as it does in real life on the camera here, but that's pretty nice. On the other side, however, we have the venerable pink Venom. I guess that's who designed the watch. I can't seem to find anything online about this pink Venom person. Kind of interesting. Probably could do without that, but that's what they did, so that's what we have. The crown actually has a raised Borman logo on it with a media blast behind it. And it has kind of angled knurling, which at first made me think it was a little cockeyed, but it's not. It's actually perfect. It looks great. It's real firm. There's no movement. And it has kind of a chunky wind to it. Nothing to write home about. Not a screw-down crown, but whatever. 50 meters water resistant. I'm not sure I would test that. I actually find it kind of hard to believe that you could take this watch swimming, but it's more of a dress watch anyways, so, not sure who's going to go swimming with it. If you do, report back and let me know what you find. Sapphire crystal on the front, and one feature I really do like is the concave bezel. You can see how it slopes inward on the way down, which is neat. You don't see that very often, and that's actually something you might find on a much more expensive watch. We're talking like, $10,000 plus watch. The case back is sort of where all the magic happens. I'll go ahead and show you that really nice looking rotor there. Obviously it's machine cut, but some really good attention to detail. And the movement itself actually it even has a little bit of a little decoration to it. There's a dragon on there. It's not just a barren movement. You can see some striping, a little bit of perlage down under the balance wheel. You actually have a full balance bridge. For what it's worth, I don't know really what that brings to the table in this watch, but I know that it's there and it looks nice. me see if I can get a little closer on that rotor so you can really get a look at it. That's pretty nice. You know, they didn't have to do that, but especially not at this price, but they did, and I really appreciate that. I think it looks great. It's eye candy, you know? You look at the back, you want to see something. Much more expensive brands, they don't even do that, so that's pretty cool. I will say, it is a rather noisy rotor on its way around, but whatever, I don't care, it doesn't bother me. I think it's a seagull movement, I'm not 100% sure on that, but it has a claimed 80 hours remontoire. I don't know what that means. I don't think that even makes sense, but maybe it does. 28,800 beats per minute. Oh, I'm sorry, per hour. Pretty cool. And it says something else on there. 21 joules, I think is what that says. In German, or some kind of German. So, take a look at those hands too. Let me wipe it off a little here. Very nice looking hands, skeletonized, fashionable. I'll try to get a little closer. Maybe we can actually see if there's any noticeable imperfections there, which I'm sure there are. Again, not something that bothers me. It probably would if this was a $50,000 watch, but you know, you get what you pay for. The indices are shiny, and they actually do pick up light pretty well. I took it in a dark room earlier, and with a tiny bit of light, I was able to kind of pick up, you know, what time it was, so that works well. Let's see, so you pop out the crown, not a screw down, you pop it out to the first position. It's got a nice little click. That is how you do your moon phase. So let's count it. We're starting with a full moon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days to no moon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 days to a full moon. So 14, 17 is 31. I think the moon cycle is actually more like 27 or 28 days. So obviously it's just a date disc made to look like the moon. But it's really cool. And you know, if it goes out of sync every month or two, whatever, I don't care. That's fine. The hour hand and the minute hand, there's very little play. There's a little bit of back play in there, but once it lines up, there is no play anywhere in that crown. It actually is very, very accurate when you're trying to set the time. And that's really, really nice. You don't see that on, again, that's the theme of the day, but you don't see that on much more expensive watches from other companies. So very nice. Pop it in. No movement of the hands when you're pushing the crown back in. Very, very nice. The strap is at 22 millimeters. This is probably not real alligator, but I think it is real leather on the bottom. And it has this awesome twin deployment trigger system. So similar to other watches, but the nice thing about it is when you have it on, it kind of hides everything underneath, so it just looks like a pin buckle strap. A little bit of perlage on the clasp, not bad. And on the bottom it says stainless steel. So the way this operates, I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. You just pull the piece out and you can slide it backward or forward, find where you want it, lock it into place, and that's that. It's a little stiff. Again, this is a one-day-old watch, so that'll work in over time. I don't know how much I'm going to wear this watch, but I like having it in the collection. I think it's pretty cool. All right, let me pause this real quick and I'll pop it on the wrist so you guys can take a look, and we'll go from there. And we're back. Here it is. The Borman Moonphase, 41.5 millimeter watch, 11 millimeters thick, and it fits my 7.5 inch wrist perfectly. There is actually a little bit of room here. It looks snug on the sides, and that's because it isn't broken in yet. but this is about perfect as to where I want to keep it on my wrist. And if that leather breaks in over time a little bit, that should really fix it, make it a lot more comfortable. But it's honestly not an uncomfortable watch as is. The clasp does not dig into the skin, and it fits nicely. It's a great watch, guys. $179 online. You know, you could buy 5 of them, give them to your friends, and you wouldn't even be close to the price of a Tudor. So maybe it'd make a good gift. And it just makes a cool watch. It's a cool watch for the collection. So, you know, go out and get yours if you want. Full disclosure, I think, did I mention this already? I don't think I did, but when I first got the watch, I wound it all the way up and nothing happened. So I gave it a light, you know, tap on the side. It fired right up. Hopefully not a sign of things to come. I guess we'll see over time, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say that maybe the tolerances are so tight on this watch that it just needed a little thud to get going. One last thing, which I neglected to mention. If I can get my camera to focus, take a look at the seconds hand. Right there in the middle. It is literally a nub with an arrow painted on it. It seems unnecessary in my opinion, but I mean, I guess if you're wondering if your watch is functioning, look closely enough at that nub, that'll give you the answer. Kind of funny, could live without it, but don't really care. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. It's been a while since I posted. I'll be back with some more videos shortly. You guys all have a great day. Thanks a lot.